Hi, welcome to today's video. First and foremost, it's absolutely hammering it down outside, so if you can hear some rain, hopefully it won't interrupt with actually being able to sort of hear and hopefully enjoy the video. So as you can see, I've got a set of field notes here. I've been really kind of all over the shop this year in terms of my commonplace book, and the field notes over the last couple of years is a book that I've seen used for commonplacing quite frequently. And it's the sort of thing that whenever I'm in, you know, a store that sells field notes, I always eye them up. I always sort of look, yeah, maybe, and then put them down. But my partner and I were in Sheffield and found a Fred Alder's shop that's one of my favourite art shops to go to. And they usually carry field notes. I had a look. And I was really torn between the sort of traditional field notes. I'll pop a picture up in case you don't know what they look like. And this birch bark edition that they've done. I feel like white is asking for trouble, but then also, you know, the field notes, they're sort of marketed and sold as being like really hard wearing, really tough going, and the wear and tear that you get with them is, you know, a lot of people say is sort of part of the charm. So I thought, well, actually, if it's white, every scuff, every mark, every rip is gonna show. You know, it's almost like very vulnerable in that way. And I imagine, I've not opened it up as you can see, I imagine the texture of the bark's really nice. So I'm gonna open this up. I'm going to set it up and sort of maybe decorate the front a little bit and just try and get to grips with it, make a home in it. It always takes me a while to feel settled in a new book. I don't know if it's like a kiss of death or something like that, but it seems to be as soon as I make a video about something, I start changing my mind about my approach. So hopefully that doesn't happen with the field notes. I think what's nice is, I feel like 3 sets of 48 pages where I'm going to be doing a margin as well is fairly non-committal. You know, I can try it. I like the idea of carrying this with my A6. So just to rewind slightly, just in case you're like a new viewer, I've been through a few different books this year already in terms of commonplacing. I'm currently digitally commonplacing. The main book I have been able to use has been a 1917. This is an A5 one, so quite a bit bigger. And the main issue that I did find with this is the portability. Now, this is really good for when I want to draw things out, when I need space, when I'm, you know, sticking things in. But the portability was the main issue. Whereas I feel like the field notes might be a good in-between. So yeah, like, you know, I can tuck a book in the front here potentially. I might sort of demo this once I finish. You know, or in this particular one, I've got this extra little place I can put it. I've got options, essentially, so that's good to know. The other thing I wanted to just touch on is I use this sort of colour dot sticker system. I had toyed with in this book using these dot stickers. These are from Paperchase in the UK, and unfortunately Paperchase went into administration a few months ago, maybe a year ago now. So I have plenty of these, and I quite like the way the pale colours look with this book. But I also have quite a lot of dot stickers in these sort of primary colours as well. Let's see, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 different options there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so yeah, this option gives me more categories potentially, but realistically, I only work across 5 categories. So maybe, God, I'm really in 2 minds. I suppose another thought is this sticker sheet fits within the confines of the book. This one doesn't, so it's sort of like more to carry around, more faffing. I'm in a bind. Which to go for? Do you know, for the time being, I will stick to the primary colours and I will see how I get on. So yeah, that was a bit of a weird diversion. Let's crack it open, see what my first impressions are. Also, apologies if you can hear my washing machine. It's downstairs, but you never know how the noise carries. So, the one thing that I did spot, I think in the car coming home, that I was slightly kicking myself for, but we'll see, is, you know, this is a lovely, you know, pristine white. I've got this beige colour here for the text. And then for some reason, there's been a decision made to make some of the staples in this booklet green and the staples in the next one yellow, and then, you know, black at the back makes sense. I'm really hoping that the green staples and the yellow staples don't sort of show through too much while you're in the book, because they're both kind of ugly. And I don't feel like they go with the aesthetic of the bark at all. I think the green looks worse, so I'm going to go with that one first. I was even thinking about, sort of when I decorate a little bit and customise, I've always got the option of like laying some washi tape down the back here. It might look, you know, quite nice just anyway, but also help hide those staples a bit. Let's just have a look. Oh, the grid screen. Oh my god. A yellow grid. Okay, and then the black is absolutely fine. Okay, so now I'm really kicking myself for not just getting the standard version. We live and we learn. That is the takeaway. I can't believe I've done that. I'm going to try not to dwell on it too much. Okay, I think the grid colour, do you know what? I do not like the grid colour. The green is going to just constantly throw me off. The yellow is going to be awful as well. But I think I'm going to spin the positive and not go too off on one about this. At least there will kind of be a freeness to the first couple of books, in that if I screw something up and make it ugly, it's like, well, it's already kind of ugly to start with. I won't be feeling too precious about it. And similarly, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's that the grid colours really flipping throw me off. I'm just going to persevere. Let's just persevere. So I'm going to decorate the inside first, the outside first, sorry. So let's do that. I'm going to just seal it shut. So what I was thinking of, obviously you get a set of 3, and for all I know, this might end up being the book system for me. So I'm going to number this first book. I wanted to just put a picture on the front first, I think. So I'll just have a rifle through and think about what's going to work best. I like the idea of keeping this front quite monochrome, so like this Yoshito Minara guy kind of works. I've got this sticker as a freebie from a shop. That works quite nicely, so that's a maybe. Quite like the idea of having like these trick-or-treaters. I have no idea how long the book will last me. It may well last me through to Halloween, but you know, I like these sorts of things anyway, so felt like this one could work quite nicely. It's a bit smaller, but that's really not an issue. So maybe. And then I've got these sort of kind of gloomy pictures, but not so sort of explicitly speaking. I think I'm going to go with these trick-or-treaters. I want to see how this copes with glue and how well things stick down. In my Hobonichi, I'm currently using this glue pen. It's okay, it does the job. I'm not 100% happy with it, but what's good is you can get refills for it. I have glue sticks for my art-related projects, so I'm going to try and use the glue stick if ever I stick things in here. I feel like everything's getting cluttered very quickly today, but never mind. That's roughly centralised. The lettering is going to be quite spaced out when I do it like this, but I quite like just making sure everything's lined up nicely. So They're on a bit of an angle, but that's really no problem. I think I'm going to have a sticker in the corner here, and then I'll write up my key. I like the idea of having the little Frankenstein from Megan's Halloween set. Where is he? There he is. Because it's almost like, I don't know, it's a little bit like he's saying hello. And although I don't like this green, I guess it kind of goes with his skin. So I think I might leave this top half for like a small introduction almost. I think I'm primarily, I didn't mention this, I think I'm primarily going to be using my Hobonichi pens in here, or my Uniball ones. I think what's quite nice is obviously you can just clip the pen on and you're like good to go. From a point of view of like shoving this in my pocket, you know, it's a pretty minimal setup. And also having this like on the coffee table downstairs at home. So often I have an idea to look something up, or an item on my shopping list, or whatever it might be, to add, and the idea of, oh god, I've got to go upstairs and grab my book. It's a little thing, but it is sometimes enough to put me off, and then by the time I do go upstairs, I've forgotten. So I'm just going to write the word hello here for the introductory bit, and then I'm going to do my key down here, I think. I might use the stickers to help guide me in terms of how high up this needs to be. So it's a bit awkward because of how I've placed those stickers. I've ended up like writing kind of half on and off lines, but you know, it's coming together. I'm gonna use a different paper clip to fix a couple of sheets to the back of the book. I put this little charm on. So this is actually, I can't remember the term for it, but people use it for when they're knitting. So I just looped it onto a paper clip, and so it's a little charm. Where is that come from? Okay. So I think that's virtually me set up. I'm going to do this little introduction off camera, I think. And then I like the idea of starting this at the beginning of June, which by the time this comes out will be into June. So I'll be able to update you, I don't know, at some point. Yeah, I'm going to make a start on this at the beginning of June, particularly because my partner and I, we've got a couple of trips, a couple of visits to other cities, so I feel like as well for like collecting memorabilia and things like that, it might be a good shout to use this. So yeah, that's me for now. That's the field notes. Fingers crossed I stick with it for a good while, in spite of this horrendous green grid. Like, what were they thinking? Oh god, I don't know. I feel like if it was just black and white and this beige, everything would have been dreamy, but never mind. Have a nice day, week, life, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.